we're going to explain how to resolve System.BadImageFormatException errors in Visual Studio. This error typically means your application is trying to load an assembly, a compiled .NET code library, that's incompatible with the current runtime environment. Let's explore common causes and solutions. 1. Target framework. Mismatch. This is the most frequent culprit. Your project might be targeting a different .NET framework version than the assembly you're trying to use. For instance, you might be building a project for .NET 6 but referencing a library compiled for .NET Framework 4.8. Check your project's target framework in the project properties, usually under Application or Similar. Ensure all referenced assemblies match. If they don't, you might need to either retarget your project or find compatible libraries. Sometimes, you might even need to install the older framework version needed for the incompatible assembly. This is especially true when working with legacy projects and third-party assemblies. 2. 32-bit versus 64-bit incompatibility. Another common cause is a mismatch between the architecture, 32-bit or 64-bit of your application and the assemblies it references. If you're building a 64-bit application, make sure all referenced assemblies are also 64-bit. Similarly, for a 32-bit application, you need 32-bit assemblies. Check the platform target setting in your project's build configuration to ensure it aligns with your reference libraries. You might need to find and use the correct 32 or 64-bit version of the library that is throwing the error. 3. Incorrect assembly versions. Even if the target frameworks and architectures match, the specific version of an assembly can cause issues. Make sure the versions of your referenced assemblies are compatible with each other and with your application. Check your project's references and ensure that all versions are correct and up to date. If there is an incompatibility, you need to search for a version that is compatible for all parts of the project. 4. Corrupted assemblies. Sometimes the problem lies within a corrupted assembly file itself. Try removing the problematic assembly from your project's references, cleaning and rebuilding your solution, and then adding the assembly back again. In rare instances, you may need to download a fresh copy of the assembly from a trusted source. 5. Native code issues, unmanaged code. If you're using native code that isn't managed by the .NET runtime, there could be issues with how that code interacts with your managed .NET application. This is often much more complex to debug and usually requires more specialized knowledge to resolve. These common problems and solutions should get you started in resolving the System.BadImageFormatException errors. Remember to check your project settings carefully and ensure consistency in framework versions, architectures, and assembly versions. Good luck!